Hey guys, it's Dandi. I know it's been a really long time. It is Friday night. I am very exhausted, but I wanted to provide you an update and have a little talk here. So first, I wanted to introduce you to my unicorns. For anyone that doesn't know, I love unicorns. This is Bob and Fred. They are a couple, and because unicorns can definitely be men, and they're my snuggle buddies. So I just wanted to show them in this video, and they're super cute together. So I'm gonna have my unicorns with me. I wanted to talk today. I know it's, like I said, it's been a long time since I've done anything. It's been a pretty emotional month, a lot of changes and adjustments. Today I wanted to talk about a quite big subject. I'm not a mental health counselor. I'm not a mental health professional, but I do want to talk about mental health, power exchange, and kink, just a little bit. So, disclaimer again, I'm not a mental health practitioner. I'm not a counselor. I'm a regular person. I do work in an industry where I'm dealing with people who are suicidal, dealing with death. So I am in a business where I'm dealing with emotions a lot. And I'm not, again, a social worker or mental health counselor or anything like that. But I've been around a lot of stress and a lot of things at work and also in my childhood and personal life. And I just felt, I know there's some YouTubers out there that talk about this, but it's very personal to me and something as a slave I feel like that doesn't get brought up a lot. So I'm sharing personal things with you. I would really appreciate your kindness and gentleness in this video and in your comments. If you have any problem with anything I've said or any questions, feel free to send me a message. You can, of course, put in the comments. I'm coming from a very personal place. So I would really love some loving kindness and gentleness in this video. Sorry, repeating myself. So, I suffer from anxiety. Pretty much my whole life I've suffered from anxiety. And I believe it has to do a lot with my childhood and how I've chosen to cope with it. And for me, kink isn't, well, first I want to say that kink is not a fix-all, right? BDSM, power exchange, all of these things are not a fix-all. If you have mental health issues, kink is not therapy alone. You should have a therapist, do whatever you need to do, self-care, mental health-wise. That kink could be an additional tool towards healing and towards helping a lot of trauma. I really do look at it as a tool, and I have an ex-partner that does some of the therapeutic kink intensives and classes. So I want to recognize that we can definitely use kink as a tool in our healing and in dealing with some of the stress of our day, our anxiety. There's a lot of really great ways that you can use kink, especially cathartic scenes. For me, like a cathartic scene looks like a beating because I don't really like beatings in the way that some people do. I'm not a masochist, but I really like when I can get to that point where I can have that emotional release and cry. But what I wanted to say about mental health and kink and being a slave specifically, I wanted to talk about anxiety or something that like that and being a slave. I feel like there's a pretty, not cookie cutter image, but a very tight-knit idea of what a slave is and what they should act like. And of course, in each dynamic that may look a little different, what the master or mistress wants versus what another one wants, right? Every dynamic is different. It's two separate people or two or more separate people. And every dynamic is completely individual, including what the dominants want. But for me, one of the challenges and things that I've talked to other people, when you have a role in an identity of being someone that wants to let go of control or does let go of control, relinquishes control, and you have some kind of mental health thing like depression, anxiety, OCD for some people, it can be really challenging. It's like you want that thing. I have to hug the unicorns right now. You want that thing, but you have also this mental health obstacle. And it doesn't mean that you're not able to do that, but it presents some challenges. So I just wanted to hear what anyone had to say about this. I know this isn't a super long video. I kind of want this to be a supportive video for anybody out there in the scene in general, no matter what role you are, that you're not alone when it comes to mental health things, anxiety, depression, all those, the gamut, bipolar, all those things. I have a lot of other mental health issues in my family, and I've experienced and been around a lot of people with mental health issues, and it gets better. And it also is really important to be self-aware, be as self-aware as you can, and get the help that you need, or however you need to manage your mental health. I'm not saying medicine, I'm just saying however you personally safely need to manage your mental health. And again, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a certified professional. This is just coming from my heart to yours. Is that if you're struggling with anything, please get help. Please try to look inside yourself to be aware. I grew up in a situation where my mom was in denial of her very serious mental health, and it took most of my childhood for her to seek help. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. So I just want to say that these things are normal. People have mental health issues. And just because you're a slave or you're a master or you're whatever role, you don't have to be held back by your mental health. It's an obstacle, but you don't have to be held back by that. You can still be your authentic self. And for me, there's such a beautiful gift in when I am able to fully let go, and when I am able to shut the anxiety down. We're still working a lot on that. It is a big obstacle, but I just really felt like this was an important video. Please let me know if you have any stories, questions, thoughts. Again, this is a super personal topic. I just, in light of everything going on, I just like, it's gotta be really authentic. I mean, I feel like I'm always authentic, but I have to be really honest that shit happens. Life is hard. You know, these things are not easy. But being aware and having people that care about you and resources, seeking help, these things are really important. Even as a slave, I have to be aware, of course, of myself and be able to tell my master, I am struggling, I am having a hard time. Can I get assistance with X? You know, and being really communicative about where I am at. Because how is somebody supposed to be able to guide me, lead me, without me telling them where I'm at, or being aware enough of where I'm at? That's another problem that happens a lot in these kinds of dynamics, is people expect the dominant type to read their mind, or that the master just expects the slave to know things. This is why you have to have the training and have that bonding period, but nobody's just going to read my mind. My master is not going to read my mind. So you have to be able to communicate where you're at. And I think that that's really hard for a lot of people to be aware of where they are at. I hope this has been helpful. And I wanted to send my love out to everybody and know there's been a lot of things going on in the world and also in my life, but I'm sure I'm not alone. And remember that you're not alone. And I send so many unicorn kisses. And I'll be posting more soon. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for all the ums. Good night. Bye.